Hello friends, I welcome you all to my channel. Uh, this video is part of the playlist Python Basics Programming Beginner's Daily Dose, where I try to come up with videos on basics of Python programming so that a beginner level Python developer or programmer will get a better insight of how things work Python behind the scenes. This video is on working with the tuple. This is part one of the video. There will be more parts in the future where I will try to explain the data type tuple, its purpose, and some useful information that is very crucial for any beginner level developers, Python programmers, to know and understand. Before I get started, I would highly request all of you to support me by subscribing to my channel. And if you found my videos beneficial, then please do like them, share my videos with your friends, and also do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. So let's get started with this video. Okay. Uh, so tuple in Python is a built-in data type which is a kind of a sequence. So in Python, you know that there is a sequence data type where you have ordered list of elements. Like the other sequence data types are lists, strings, bytes, byte array, uh, and more. So tuple is just another sequence data type in Python. Uh, so let's see, in this video, we will see how we instantiate a tuple object or how do we create a tuple object. There are various ways we will try to understand them with some examples. So the first thing is how do we create an empty tuple? To create an empty tuple, what we do is we use a empty parenthesis. If we do this, then t is an empty tuple. You can check the type of the variable t is tuple. And also, since tuple is a sequence data type, it will have you can call the function length on a tuple on a sequence data type, which returns the number of elements in the sequence. So if you do length t, it will return 0. Okay. So this was how we create a empty tuple. Now, tuple is basically used for uh, uh, creating a data type with ordered pairs of elements. So, like you can have uh, uh, ordered sequence of elements. So let's say if uh, we want to and another important thing is that in usually the sole purpose of tuple is to have uh, a collection of ordered elements where the elements will be heterogeneous, meaning all the elements of the tuple will be of a different type. That was the sole purpose. Whereas in list, the usual use case is that you will have similar data type in list. That is, list is a homogeneous data type, homogeneous sequence. So, and in a tuple, we do not usually keep a lot of elements. Two, three, four, five, six. I mean, 3 to 6, 3 to 5 is a typical usage of number of elements in a tuple. So, how do we create a tuple? Let's say with 3 elements. Now, it could also contain one element. So, let's say we want to create a tuple with a single element. Let's say for the sake of discussion, I will consider very simple data types, simple data elements. So let's say I want to create a tuple with only a single numeric value. Now, one thing you must note that the parenthesis in a tuple, usually what we do is, or what we have been doing is this. So this is the tuple with a single element, a numeric element 2. So, but the parenthesis, one thing to note is that the parenthesis is optional. What makes the comma that we use to separate the data elements is actually important in making a tuple data type. Meaning, uh, this is a tuple, fine, but we could ignore the parenthesis. Now, if we ignore the parenthesis in the previous statement, if we do this, no, this will not create a tuple. This will not create a tuple. It will create 32 will be of numeric 2. To tell Python that I want to create a tuple of a single element which is 2, I have to provide the comma. Now this makes T2 a tuple of a single element 2. So this. Now if I want to have more elements, I can do 2, 3, 4. I did not give the parenthesis. Parenthesis is optional. If you see what is 3, see it is a tuple. So parenthesis is optional. What actually creates a tuple is the comma. Okay. Now, so first we saw an empty tuple with the empty parenthesis. The parenthesis with nothing inside. Now to create more than a single or a single or more than one data elements, ordered data elements, we use comma. Okay. Uh, the third way of creating a tuple is to use the constructor, that is the function tuple. So we use tuple, uh, tuple, and uh, and then in the parentheses as an argument we provide an iterable, any data type which is an iterable, like it could be a sequence, it could be a like it could be a list, it could be another tuple, it could be string, it could be any data type in Python that has the supports the iterable protocol. So basically, the elements in the tuple that will be created will maintain the same order as the elements in the iterable. So let's take an example. If I pass a list 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, it will create the tuple 2, 3, 4, and I guess this will be equal to P3. Yes, because they are having the same uh, ordered elements. Now, in the tuple constructor, since it requires an iterable, we can pass any other iterable data type. Like I can pass a string. I can pass a string. Let's say ABC. Now, string ABC is a sequence data type. And the individual and the characters and the successive characters are its data elements, ordered data elements. So if I do this, I will have the tuple T5 of 3 elements, which are A, B, and C. So we have A, B, and C. In the tuple, we could now if we use a tuple as an argument to the tuple constructor function, if we use a tuple, then let's say 4, 5, 6, then the same tuple that we are passing as an argument to the tuple function will be returned as a value to, will be assigned to T5. So T5 is this. T5 is this. Let's that means let's say we have a tuple. Let's say we have a tuple. Say T8 equals to 4, 5, 6. Now I want to create another tuple from the tuple T8 using the tuple constructor function, and I will pass T8 to the tuple constructor function. So this should as per Python documentation, it says that that this if we pass a tuple as an argument to tuple constructor function, it does not create another tuple. It will simply assign the argument, that is T8 to T9. Now, does that mean T9 and T8 are the same object? I'm not sure of that. I have to check it. If I do T9 equals to T8, of course it will be true, because the tuple both the tuple T9 and T8 are equal, because they're having the same equal data elements. If you have not, in my previous video, I talked about object equality. So if you have not watched them, I highly suggest you to watch that video on object equality. Now, okay, so I was trying to verify if T8 and T9 are the same object, meaning they are having the same address in the memory. Meaning, if T9, if I do T9 is T8, it should return true. Yeah. So you see, it is returning true. What is operator? Is operator checks whether two objects, whether two data or variable are pointing to the same, or are pointing to the same data object in the memory. Basically, what is operator does is that it uses the ID function. ID is a function which returns the unique identifier of a object throughout the runtime of a Python program. So this ID remains the same of a data object, and every data object in Python has a unique identifier. It's a kind of memory address in C or C++. So basically, the T9 is T8 is same as ID T9 equals ID T8. So they are true. So when you pass a tuple as an argument to tuple constructor, it will straight away assign that tuple uh, to the variable to which you are assigning the new tuple. Basically, not new tuple, because it is the same tuple as the argument. Now, okay, is there any other way of creating a tuple? No. So that was all for this video. I just wanted to show you how you instantiate a tuple, and various ways of creating a tuple. And the important thing was that the parenthesis, we usually always use the parenthesis, but that is an optional while creating a tuple. You can omit that and just use comma. So, so this thing, you can always write code like this. So this thing will create a tuple of 5 elements, where the elements are 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So that was all for this video. In the next part, I will demonstrate with examples what are the operations you can perform on a tuple data type. Of course, since tuple is a sequence data type, you can perform all the sequence operations, all the operations, the common operations that sequence data type supports. But remember, the tuple is an immutable data type. It's an immutable sequence data type. You cannot modify a tuple. I will explain that in the next video, in the next part. What does it mean that tuple is an immutable sequence data type? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and support me by subscribing to my channel. And also, do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos, as I upload this kind of videos on regular basis. Uh, that's it. Until the next video, take care and bye.